Learning to say thank you in French is one of the most important things you will ever do. Why? It's simple. Figure out the culture of your target language and you will find the heart of its people. And the French love a person with good manners. Hello, I'm Elizabeth with Fluent in 3 months, and today I'm speaking with Leah from thestaircase.org. We'll be talking about the many ways to say thank you in French. For those of you that follow Benny Lewis, the founder of Fluent in 3 months, Leah is his French teacher. Salut Leah, tu es prête?
Salut!
Allons-y. What's the best way to say thanks in French? Well, that depends. In this video, we'll explain the different ways to say thank you in French so that you can make new French friends and keep the ones you already have. Some of our tips may surprise you, like how to avoid being a pushy tourist. More on that in a bit. Let's start with the basics. Leah will repeat a phrase twice with a pause so that you can try it for yourself. Leah, how do you say thank you to your boss or a stranger?
Je vous remercie. Je vous remercie. Je vous remercie.
In French, there are two forms of you. Vous is the formal form, and tu is the informal form. To be safe, stick with vous when you're speaking with strangers or people you don't know that well. Using tu with someone you don't know that well can be considered impolite. You even use vous when you're speaking to a salesperson. Okay, what about saying thank you to a friend?
Je te remercie. Je te remercie. Je te remercie.
This is one way of saying thank you to someone you know well. Maybe it's your language exchange partner, maybe it's a friend from school. If they use the informal tu with you, it's safe to use it with them. Benny recommends that you pick one form of you, tu or vous, and learn that one first. Okay, next up, what's a quick way to say thanks?
Merci. Merci. Merci.
Merci is the first version of thank you that I recommend learning. Why? Because it's easy. You can use it to thank a shopkeeper, you can use it to thank a friend. Bear in mind, I do not recommend using this phrase for your stuffy boss. Here's another one, Leah. How do we say thank you very much?
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.
This is a nice phrase, simple and useful. Our next expression is thank you so much.
Merci tellement. Merci tellement. Merci tellement.
This phrase translates literally into thanks so much. This isn't used a great deal. Why? Because Americans tend to exaggerate in everyday conversation. French, not so much. If you tell your Parisian friend that you ate at the best restaurant in the world, it might puzzle them. Merci is more often used by native speakers. Leah, how about no thank you?
Non merci. Non merci. Non merci.
Another short and sweet phrase to get your point across. What if you want to say, thank you, my friend?
Merci très cher. Merci très cher. With the right, a nice intonation.
Yeah, make sure that it's got like a very soft, kind of charming feel to it when you say it.
Yeah.
When a French person calls you their friend, they mean friend for life. When an American uses the word friend, it has a lighter feel. So be careful throwing that word around. It may lead to hurt feelings if you don't plan on hanging out with them later.
I would say, merci monsieur, but just with the charming, genre, merci monsieur, genre, merci mademoiselle, merci madame. It has to go with some body language of being just gentlemanly or gentlewomanly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can actually make something that's formal a bit informal. Okay, Leah, now we're getting to the scary stuff. Slang. How do you say thank you in French slang?
Si mère. Si mère. Merci. Si mère. Si mère.
So what Leah just showed you was a version of French slang called verlan. Verlan is kind of like Pig Latin, except it's not outdated. It's still trendy and cool. And what you do is you take the two syllables of the word merci and you switch the syllables around. Si mère. That's slang for thanks. Picture this. You're stuck in the rain after a night on the town. It's 2 in the morning in Paris. All the gift shops are closed except one. And yes, they sell umbrellas. Leah, how do you say, oh, thank God?
Oh, Dieu merci. Dieu merci. Dieu merci.
Our next expression is many thanks.
Mille merci. Mille merci. Mille merci.
This literally translates to 1,000 thanks. This phrase is used from time to time in the Instagram community. A poster will post something practicing their French, and a good Samaritan will correct it. The poster will then type in mille merci. Leah, what about thank you, beautiful?
Merci, ma belle. Merci, ma belle. Merci, ma belle.
Be careful with this one. You don't want to overstep your boundaries. This phrase can be used for little ones or someone very close to you. Use it in the wrong context and you will slide into the creep zone. Let's move on to the phrase, thank you for everything.
Merci pour tout. Merci pour tout. Merci pour tout.
Your tutor helped you figure out how to tackle the subjunctive. Merci pour tout would be appropriate for the situation. If you don't believe me, you haven't yet tackled the subjunctive. Here's an important one for dining out. Thank you for the meal.
Merci pour le repas. Merci pour le repas. Merci pour le repas.
Bellies warm with an exquisite meal. How will you ever thank the chef when he comes to your table? A simple merci pour le repas will suffice. And for all you business minds out there, here's how to say, it was a pleasure doing business with you.
C'est un plaisir de faire affaire avec vous. C'est un plaisir de faire affaire avec vous. C'est un plaisir de faire affaire avec vous.
And now we're ready for bonus round number 1, how to avoid looking like a pushy tourist. There is a secret. Here it is. Don't smile so much. Americans love to smile. Big, huge smiles, lots of teeth. Well, in other parts of the world, that's not always the case. Once my language exchange partner actually told me that he doesn't trust people that smile all the time. So bear that in mind when you're speaking to someone for the first time or when you're saying thank you. What do you think, Leah?
Totally agree with you on that, Elizabeth. Smiles in France are more reserved, more subdued. And we smile more as a reaction, in a reaction to a joke, or in a reaction to getting a present from somebody. And otherwise, when greeting, we'll just say bonjour, salut, just being vocal with a more neutral face.
Thank you. This is a big secret that I didn't know until many years of visiting France. So you guys have the inside scoop today with Leah. Here's bonus round number 2. How do you say you're welcome to a stranger?
Je vous en prie. Je vous en prie. Je vous en prie.
Someone thanks you in French. What do? With this bonus round phrase, you can remember to thank them using the vous form. Remember, vous is formal. Moving on to bonus round number 3, how to say and you're welcome in French.
Je t'en prie. Je t'en prie. Je t'en prie.
The t is shortened in this phrase to t apostrophe. Get used to it. The French have a serious apostrophe addiction. Here are other informal ways to say you are welcome. It's nothing at all.
C'est rien. C'est rien.
With pleasure.
Avec plaisir. Avec plaisir.
No problem.
Pas de problème. Pas de problème. Pas de problème.
No worries.
Pas de souci. Pas de souci. Pas de souci.
It's nothing.
De rien. De rien.
And there you have it. You now know how to say thank you and you're welcome in French. I recommend watching this video a few times and repeating the phrases. If you are on the Fluent in 3 Months website, Be sure to read the rest of this article because I have included some important information about some of these phrases. If you are on YouTube, you don't have to miss out. Simply click the link in the description box to read the article. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any more language learning content. Thanks so much, Leah, for joining us and helping me today.
Avec plaisir.
If you would like to practice French conversation with Leah or another teacher on the staircase, visit www.thestaircase.org.